Welcome to the Portraits Whisper, where our guest storytellers are portraits, paintings, and artworks. Here, every canvas breathes and every brushstroke hides a story waiting to be told. Tonight's whisper is from our guest, Visionnaire, the Visionary, an oil painting from the Italian artist Serafino Macchiati, flowing from his mind and fingers in 1904. It uses a limited palette with emphasis on light and shadow, focusing on the sublime. This is the chilling silence of a home that has turned against its master. The air in this frame is thick with dust and regret. Come, let us listen to what its shadows have to say. I am what the house remembers. I am the moment that stained the very air, the instant that plays and replays in the dark of the upstairs landing, long after the occupants are gone. The man you see in me is Mr. Alistair Finch, a man of numbers, timetables, and cold, hard facts. He believed that what could not be measured did not exist. To him, emotions were a chemical imbalance, love a temporary delusion, and ghosts, a fiction for the feeble-minded. His wife, Alara, had been the opposite, a creature of poetry, superstition, and moonlight. He had called it foolishness. He had tolerated it. When she died quietly of a sickness that baffled his doctors, he was saddened in the way one is saddened by an inconvenient disruption to a schedule. He filed her away. Here he is on his way out of the house. It is late, shortly after 11 p.m. on this crisp September evening. In his hands, clutched to his chest like a prayer book, is a small velvet-lined box. It contains her last foolishness, a lock of her pale hair, a pressed flower from their wedding day, and a silly little silver locket he'd given her, which she claimed could hold memories. He intends to drop the box into the river on his way to the office. A final, logical tidying up of a life. The last variable, accounted for and removed. But a house does not forget so easily. The moment his foot touched the landing, the air within me changed. It became heavy and cold, a deep, cellular cold that had nothing to do with the autumn night. The ticking of the grandfather clock in the hall below, a sound that had measured out every second of his logical life, fell silent. And the darkness at the top of the stairs began to coalesce. It was not a sudden appearance. It was more like the darkness was bled of its pigment, leaving behind a form of pure, sorrowful light. It was her, Ilara. Look at her. She is barely a suggestion of a woman woven from moonlight and memory. Her face is indistinct because he has spent a year trying to forget it. A spirit's face is only as clear as the memory of the one who sees it, but her intent is unmistakable. She is reaching for him, or rather for the box he clutches. It is not a gesture of malice. It is a plea. Her hand dissolves into the motes of light, like fading embers, because he is trying to destroy the last anchor she has to this world. She is not here to harm him. She is here to beg him not to complete her erasure. She is fighting for the right to have existed at all. And so, I hold this moment forever. The man of facts, paralyzed, his entire worldview shattering into a million icy shards. He is not afraid of a monster. He is terrified of a truth. He is face to face with the ghost he himself created through his own refusal to remember. I do not show you what happens next. I only hold the terrible, silent question that hangs between them. Does he finally acknowledge the memory he tried to bury? Or does he turn and flee, leaving her to fade completely? I am the canvas of that choice, the awful eternal pause between forgetting and being haunted forever. You have been listening to The Portraits Whisper on Storylink Radio, where every canvas has a story to tell. Be sure to subscribe and listen for our next guest, for the gallery never sleeps, and another canvas is already waiting to whisper.